The latest lawsuits not only target Diddy but also implicate his bodyguards and associates, who are accused of actively participating in acts of forced sexual assault. As expected, Diddy's legal team has firmly denied all allegations, asserting that the lawsuits are part of a coordinated scheme to extort money and gain media attention. They argue that the claims are baseless and intended to damage the music mogul's reputation. Whether this defense will stand up in court remains to be seen. One of the newest lawsuits claims that Diddy sexually assaulted an unidentified male actor from Texas. According to court documents, the incident took place in the late 1990s or early 2000s, when the victim was regularly traveling across the U.S. for acting opportunities. The actor came across a casting call for a music video role as a police officer and contacted the casting director. He was subsequently invited to New York for a meeting at a hotel. At the hotel, the actor was introduced to a man who claimed to be one of Diddy's bodyguards. The victim in the Texas lawsuit recalled being sexually assaulted by multiple individuals during the incident, hearing laughter and conversation around him as it occurred. At one point, he believes he saw camera flashes, which suggests the assault may have been recorded. He reported passing out several times and regained control of his body only after a long period. Once conscious, he felt a deep sense of shame, violation, and humiliation. In a state of panic, he attempted to cover himself before running out of the room. In his haste, the victim left behind one of his most cherished possessions, a commemorative leather jacket he had received while working as a stuntman on the film, RoboCop. The emotional trauma from the incident has haunted him ever since. The lawsuit was filed under the New York Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act, with the plaintiff describing years of intense emotional pain, depression, and relationship difficulties. He explained that the assault left him unable to marry and severely impacted his ability to trust others. Self-proclaimed bad boy for life, Sean Diddy Combs may be nearing the end of his reign as a music mogul. A wave of serious allegations has cast a dark shadow over his once glittering career, and all eyes are now on the legal battle set to unfold in early 2025. Prosecutors say more than 120 victims have come forward with claims against Diddy, some of whom were minors at the time of the alleged assaults. The music industry is reeling from these shocking revelations. After his arrest, a 14-page indictment detailed disturbing accusations against Diddy, including sexual assault, harassment, sex trafficking, and even murder. These charges have shattered the image of a man once considered an icon in hip-hop culture. Texas. Attorney Tony Busby is leading the effort to hold Diddy accountable. Over 2 months after the mogul's arrest, Busby continues to file lawsuits and uncover new victim testimonies, revealing the extent of the alleged crimes. The victim is currently seeking both compensatory and punitive damages for the drugging and sexual assault he says occurred during an audition with Diddy. According to court documents, the incident took place in 2005, when the boy, then just 10 years old, had expressed interest in becoming an actor and rapper. At the time, he had already gained experience working on various acting projects and had even appeared in a music video. Hoping to advance their son's budding career, his parents hired an industry consultant they found through an online advertisement. The consultant advised them that traveling to New York City and connecting with influential figures in the music industry would be a critical step forward. During that trip, the consultant arranged a meeting with Diddy, a meeting that, according to the lawsuit, ended in abuse that left the young boy deeply traumatized. According to the lawsuit, much like in other alleged incidents, Diddy insisted on meeting the child alone for an audition. The meeting was arranged in a hotel room, where the young boy, just 10 years old at the time, was left alone with the music mogul. At first, Diddy asked the boy to perform a rap. After watching him, he complimented the child's style and appearance. He then told the boy he had what it takes to become a star and promised to help launch his career, but the situation quickly took a dark turn. Diddy allegedly asked the child what he would be willing to do to achieve stardom. The boy, unaware of the gravity of the question, naively responded, "Anything." According to the victim, this response was all Diddy needed to proceed with what became a horrifying and traumatic experience. The lawsuit states that someone in the room then handed the boy a soda. After drinking it, he began to feel dizzy and disoriented. He now believes the drink was drugged, as he soon lost control of his body and eventually became unconscious. The limousine driver allegedly told the young girl that Diddy had a preference for younger girls and that she matched the kind of person he was looking for. While she was not permitted to enter the MTV Video Music Awards, she was invited to attend an exclusive after-party. She was instructed to return in a few hours, and when she did, Diddy's drivers picked her up and took her to a large white house with a gated U-shaped driveway. Upon arrival, she was asked to sign a non-disclosure agreement, stating she could not discuss anything that took place at the party. She provided her name and signed the document, but was not given a copy. Inside the house, she entered a spacious room filled with numerous celebrities, many of whom were allegedly using drugs such as marijuana and cocaine. The girl was offered a drink, which she accepted. After consuming it, she began to feel lightheaded and dizzy. According to her account, she went into a separate room to lie down and rest, but that's when the situation escalated. She claims Diddy entered the room shortly afterward, his demeanor intense with a crazed look in his eyes. He allegedly grabbed her and said, "You are ready to party." After accepting a drink from a random server, the victim began to feel lightheaded and disoriented. What's particularly alarming is that she had no way of knowing whether the drink was laced, raising concerns that many other drinks at the party might have been tampered with as well. As her disorientation grew, she searched for a place to sit and stumbled onto a couch. Shortly after, she lost consciousness. When she regained consciousness, she discovered that her underwear was missing and experienced intense pain in her private areas. In a state of panic, she realized that her friend, who had come to the party with her, was nowhere to be found. The victim began to hyperventilate and cry. The lawsuit claims that at this point, Diddy and 2 of his bodyguards approached her. The rapper allegedly threatened her, telling her that she would be in danger if she spoke out about what had happened. He reportedly told her he ran New York and could ruin her life if she dared to tell anyone about the assault. Justin Bieber's connection with Diddy began when the young singer was just 15 years old, and the rapper became his self-proclaimed mentor. The two spent 48 hours together, even filming an infamous YouTube video about their time. Despite remaining close for a few years afterward, their relationship eventually cooled. However, it seemed they had rekindled their bond recently with a collaboration on a song. But given the ongoing developments, it's fair to speculate that Bieber may now regret this collaboration. Looking back on their relationship, Bieber had long admired Diddy. When Bieber first shot to fame, one of his dreams was to work with the music mogul. So when Usher signed him and arranged for him to spend a few days with Diddy, his former legal guardian, Bieber was thrilled. Unfortunately, their relationship was marked by several troubling signs from the start. In the video the two created about their time together, Diddy is heard saying, "I've been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher, and I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did." Their relationship seemed to change over time, with Diddy and Justin no longer hanging out as frequently as they once did. Things took a strange turn in 2014 when Khloe Kardashian mentioned in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians that she had seen Diddy and Justin naked at a party. It's likely she was referring to Diddy's infamous freak-offs, which were notorious for being extended sex marathons. These events have become a focal point in Diddy's indictment, sparking speculation about Bieber's involvement in these disturbing occurrences. More recently, Courtney Burgess, a lesser-known figure in the music industry, confirmed the existence of the so-called Diddy tapes. These tapes are alleged to contain never-before-seen footage of Diddy engaging in sexual activities with various celebrities, some of whom were reportedly minors at the time. It has been suggested that Bieber could be one of the stars featured on these tapes. However, it may take some time to verify these claims, as Burgess has reportedly been asked by authorities to assist in the investigation. During an interview, Usher reflected on his experiences with Diddy and emphasized that, given it was the 90s, all the craziness surrounding their relationship was somewhat expected. While his comments were revealing in some ways, one response, in particular, sparked serious controversy. When Howard Stern asked Usher, "You're a dad now? Would you ever send your kid to a puffy camp?" Usher quickly responded, "Heck no." This blunt answer spoke volumes about Usher's own experiences with Diddy, further fueling the rumors and speculations circulating since the rapper's recent arrest. Usher's remarks quickly went viral on social media, leading many to wonder if he too had been one of Diddy's victims. In a separate interview with Kevin Hart, Diddy made comments about Usher's time staying with him that caught many people's attention. Reflecting on their early days together, Diddy said, "From day one, we used to wake up and wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. Back in the day, when he was 10 and I was a little older, we'd fight over cereal before he was even a thing." The notion of Diddy, who was nearly a decade older than Usher and had no familial relationship with him, wrestling with a young boy over cereal raised quite a few eyebrows. During an interview, Usher reflected on his experiences with Diddy and emphasized that, given it was the 90s, all the craziness surrounding their relationship was somewhat expected. While his comments were revealing in some ways, one response, in particular, sparked serious controversy. When Howard Stern asked Usher, "You're a dad now? Would you ever send your kid to a puffy camp?" Usher quickly responded, "Heck no." This blunt answer spoke volumes about Usher's own experiences with Diddy, further fueling the rumors and speculations circulating since the rapper's recent arrest. Usher's remarks quickly went viral on social media, leading many to wonder if he too had been one of Diddy's victims. In a separate interview with Kevin Hart, Diddy made comments about Usher's time staying with him that caught many people's attention. Reflecting on their early days together, Diddy said, "From day one, we used to wake up and wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. Back in the day, when he was 10 and I was a little older, we'd fight over cereal before he was even a thing." The notion of Diddy, who was nearly a decade older than Usher and had no familial relationship with him, wrestling with a young boy over cereal raised quite a few eyebrows.